I don't remember deciding to record this. I only remember realizing, too late, that I already was. If you're listening to this, then something went wrong. Either I failed to stop it, or you were never meant to hear this in the first place. This recording wasn't created as a story. It wasn't meant to be evidence. It wasn't even meant to survive. It was only a record, something temporary, something that was supposed to be erased. The house had been listed as abandoned for over 20 years. No active utilities, no registered owner, no recent inspections. That's what the document said. From the outside, it looked exactly like that. Old siding, broken windows, a roof slowly collapsing under its own weight. Nothing unusual. But the path leading to the front door wasn't covered in leaves, not like the rest of the property. It had been walked on, recently. The door itself was closed but not locked. That bothered me more than if it had been forced open. I entered just before sunset, not because I was brave, but because I didn't want to still be there once it was dark. The air inside smelled like damp wood and dust, that stale, heavy smell that settles into places no one has lived in for a long time. The first room was empty, the second one too. The hallway was longer than it should have been, longer than the exterior suggested. It ended at a back door that led outside. 2 exits, both accessible. That was the first thing that didn't make sense. As I walked, the floor creaked under my feet, but not consistently. Some boards were louder, some were silent, as if parts of the floor had been replaced and others left untouched. In one of the rooms, I found a dresser. On top of it, an old lamp without a bulb. The dust around it had been disturbed. That's when I started recording. Not because I was scared, but because I had the sudden feeling that I wouldn't remember this correctly later. I went upstairs slowly. Each step was covered in peeling paint, paper fragments, and something brittle that cracked when I stepped on it. Along the wall, hanging crooked, were framed pictures, portraits. The faces were faded from moisture damage, hard to make out, but every single one of them was angled the same way. They weren't facing forward, they were facing down the hallway. The second floor felt smaller, the ceilings lower, the air heavier. The bedrooms were narrow and bare. In one of them, there was a child's bed frame. No mattress, no sheets, no toys, nothing broken, nothing removed, just unused. The bathroom was intact, too intact. The mirror wasn't cracked, the sink wasn't damaged. There was even a bar of soap, dry and pale, resting beside the faucet, as if someone had placed it there earlier that day. That's when I noticed the sound, or rather, the absence of it. The silence changed. Not louder, not quieter, closer. I decided to leave. As I passed through the hallway again, I saw something on the floor, partially buried under dirt and debris. A cassette tape. Wet. Dirty, but not broken. There was no recorder in the house. That relieved me more than it should have. I took the tape with me. Before stepping outside, I looked back toward the stairs one last time. The picture frames weren't crooked anymore. That night, I listened to the tape at home. At first, there was only static, a low hum, interference. Then a voice, my voice, describing the house, word for word. Things I remembered thinking, but not saying out loud. The recording wasn't continuous. There were gaps, abrupt cuts, but something else stood out. Between my sentences, there were long stretches of silence, longer than I remembered leaving. I returned to the house the next day. In daylight, it looked less threatening, more ordinary, but something had changed. The front door was wide open, the path was more defined, and the hallway, it didn't end in the same place anymore. I stopped recording after that, not because I wanted to, but because the tape was already full. I don't remember filling it. If you're hearing this now, then it means I never made it back to erase it. Or worse, It means it didn't stop recording when I did.